What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be setting up my Utila Island Iguana in a brand new enclosure. Kind of started the process already. He's right there. I'll show you him later on in the video. This is his old enclosure. It was a PVC enclosure and he's gotten way bigger. So I'm moving him over into this one. And it's also going to be a lot easier for me to work with because unfortunately this type of enclosure, they fill it up with mulch down here and it gets very hard to open and close it up. So it's getting annoying. So this one is going to be nice and easy and it's going to make it better for me to be able to see him. So I already started, like I said, I put some mulch in here. That's the only thing that I've done, and I took out all the things that I had in here. When I got these guys, they were like this big, and this is the hide that I've been using for them. I also had this one, but I had this one until the other day, and I just thought it was kind of funny that I left this in there for pretty much like 2 years. And the lizards would still actually use it, although by the time that I took it out, all they would be able to fit in here was like the upper part of their body, like their head and maybe like an inch more. I've already put the lights up here as well. So what I was thinking of doing is putting this cave right here. Let's see. And this, I think it would look cool. This isn't going to be a crazy complicated enclosure. It's going to be very simple. This is only going to be maybe for a few more months to a year until I get him outdoors because he's already getting big and he's growing really fast. So this is going to be his basking spot right here. It gets nice and warm right under here. This is going to be his little cave. I also have this, I think they call it spider wood. Not really sure. But I have this wood right here. And we're going to put just like this. And just for fun, we're going to throw this little hide in there as well. But like I said, he's already way too big to even use that. So there it is. That's the enclosure. Nice and simple. I honestly really like how it looks. I would have liked the background and to black out the sides, but I'll probably just do that in the future. That's not a big deal. I just want to get this guy in here to make things simpler for me and a little bit more comfortable for him as well. We have his water right here. I'm going to put this in this corner far away from the heat lamp and somewhere that I could see easily and check if he has water. And now for the main piece of this enclosure, my Utila Island Iguana. This is my male. If you guys used to watch my videos, you probably saw that I had a female as well, and unfortunately the female actually passed away. Not really sure what happened. She was super healthy. She was actually bigger than him and healthier than him, and one day for the first time she laid eggs. They were duds because it was the first one, which just means they were infertile. They were like this big and they were very hard. She laid like 2 or 3 eggs and I just found her dead the next morning, unfortunately. Not really sure what happened. She must have had some problems with eggs, I imagine. And while we're at it, might as well set up my club tail iguanas in a new enclosure. Because as you can see, their current enclosure could use some work. And on top of that, they've already grown. So something a little bit bigger would be nicer for them. So the first thing I'm going to add is just some regular topsoil. Make sure it's organic, has no fertilizer in it. So this is going to help out with the humidity as well as make the substrate a little bit thicker for the iguanas. They enjoy digging a little bit. Now just put some cypress mulch on top. And I have some extra cocoa husks, so I'm going to also add that in just to make it a little bit denser. Alright, now it's time to add some decorations. And this is going to be the basking spot. Their heat lamp is right up here, so I'm going to make sure that this is right under the heat bulb so that they can warm up. I'm going to put this in the front here. So I put in all the decorations. Now we just need to add the water, their food bowl right over here, and offer them something to eat. And now the next fun task of the day is to organize and clean my roach bin. As you can see, one of those bad boys right there. I don't even know that one's alive. We'll have to see. We have a lot of roaches in here, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with all this. I'm gonna put all the bins in here, all the roaches in here, all the trash in here, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so now we have the bin with just the babies in here pretty much. There's some babies in the bucket, but as you can see, all that's left is the tiny roaches. We're gonna put them all in this bin so that they can grow out. And as you can see, here are all the adults and more of the babies there. I'll separate the babies from the adults, put the babies in here and the adults in here. All right, the bin is clean. Now to put the roaches in. I'm gonna just put them all in here, honestly. I don't feel like dividing them up. There we go. Either way, I'll clean the bin probably in around 2 more weeks and collect all the new babies to put them in here. So those other ones I'll collect eventually. Not a huge deal, nothing's gonna happen to them. Now we need to get a bunch of roaches so that we can feed the animals. The way we do that is we put a nice soaked pellet of Missouri tortoise diet there and wait. So here's their new enclosure. I set up a couple hides and I'll tell you all about it in a second. But before I tell you anything, let's go ahead and put these guys in here. I'll just put them right here on top of their rock. While the roaches go falling into my trap, let's check these guys out. Check out this new enclosure. This is what it looks like. They have been loving the coconut over there. Sorry for my dirty fingers. That's because of the Missouri, which we're gonna get a little scoop of and put in here for these guys. We're also gonna give them a few roaches later on. But of course we need to wait until we have more. It's only been around 5 minutes that I put the Missouri inside of the roach bin. Let's go ahead and check it out now. But before we check it out, we got to give some Missouri to the Utila Island Iguana, of course, because he looks a little bit jealous. Let's see. Let's give him a scoop. There you go, buddy. Check out that beautiful lizard. These guys, in my opinion, are one of the coolest iguanas. Hey, bud. Your food's right there. Look. Oh. Come on, dude. Why are you tossing it? He's grabbing little bites and tossing the rest. I need to watch out, of course, that he doesn't get my fingers. So it's best if he comes onto the ledge. There we go. It's hard to do this while recording at the same time because I can't really focus on my fingers and get a good angle. You see, what I want him to be eating out of is the palm of my hand, nowhere near the edge, because if he could get a good grip, he could get my finger. And since my finger is covered in Missouri, it doesn't really help. So let's go ahead and put that back and go check the roaches. Check it out. Around the 2-minute mark, I decided to put a little bit more Missouri in because I figured it'd have a stronger smell and be able to get more of them in here faster. So I think this is a good amount. We're not gonna feed too many roaches, just a few. Oops. Come here. There we go. All right. Mainly for these guys. So what I'll go ahead and do is just grab a little pinch right here and toss it in there, kind of like sprinkles. I'm sure they're gonna love it. Maybe a few more. It's not a lot. There we go. That way these guys could hunt a little bit. You see, they do like the roaches more. They like the movement. They like hunting. Of course, they do love the Missouri as well, but this is going to get them a little bit more excited to eat. Here's the enclosure. This took me a total of 5 minutes to set up, and I think it came out pretty nice. The only thing that I didn't do, which I usually do, is wrap it in black, and that's also nice so that the lizards don't see each other, although I haven't noticed these guys really messing with each other. That usually happens more with the bearded dragons, which is why I have this piece of cardboard here just to block the view, but I still haven't blacked them out, which this enclosure is blacked out, for example, and it looks a lot nicer. This is my leopard gecko enclosure. You guys may have seen the setup video. Unfortunately, these guys walked all over the plants and killed them, but I'm hoping to set up some stronger plants in all of my enclosures so that hopefully the animals wouldn't be able to kill them, but we'll see how that goes in the future. And of course, we have this guy's enclosure. which is pretty simple. But like I said, he's only going to be in here a few more months, and then he's going to be going into an outdoor enclosure, which is going to be much better for him. The only reason I don't do it any sooner is because I have a lot of outdoor enclosures that I'm working on right now, and it's just way too much. So I'm hoping I get to finish all of these and then take a break maybe for a month or so, and then probably build some more that are not as important as the ones I have to build now. The one bad thing about this iguana, I mean, most of them do this, but this guy in particular, he sneezes all over this. And pretty much they do this just to release salt. But as you can see, dirties the enclosure very quickly. So I'm going to have to wipe that down. The only good thing about it is that it's not too hard to clean. You can wipe it down with some water and it'll go away. And there we go, a nice and simple enclosure for my iguanas. It took me a total of 20 minutes to set up all these enclosures. The thing that takes the most time is getting all the materials together and setting it up. But once you have all the materials right in front of you, only takes a few minutes to set them up. And there he goes eating some of that Missouri. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and have a great day.